It's goodness gracious, it's Wednesday and it's time for Penny's live on Wednesday. It's Cat Chat on Wednesday. I've changed the name of it, but I'm Penny and welcome to Cat Chat on Wednesday. Today I'm actually simulcasting into Facebook group Pet Lovers Connection, my Facebook page for Mew Mew House, and also my YouTube channel for PaleoPix / Mew Mew House. And the reason for that is because this is important enough that I think everybody needs to hear it. I am not going to be able to see your comments because it's not that I don't have a chance of seeing them. It's just that, honestly, I don't feel like doing the wrangling to see them because, well, actually, that kind of brings me to the point of today's broadcast, which is planning. So one of the purposes and common happenings with Mew Mew House is that I receive calls when somebody has passed away and they left behind some cats. And families don't know what to do. The cat may be their last connection to a loved one, and they don't want to take it to a shelter. Sometimes the cat is elderly or has health problems that's basically going to, the shelter's going to be a death sentence. And families, they don't know what to do. So they call me and say, hey, help. And this is important. And even myself, as I regard myself as a young person, but actually next year I'll be 50. So I'm not a super young person. I am, I have to build this into my plan as well. So what I just want to talk about super quick is, I guess, maybe just a public service message. If you have pets, just like if you have children that aren't going to be able to take care of themselves should something happen to you, you need to have a plan in place for them. Now, Mew Mew House can help you with that. But really, you need to have a plan. And for some people, Mew Mew House isn't an option because, you're on a different continent or a different state or something. So to be realistic, as you're doing your estate planning, you write your will, whatever it is, please include support and a plan for your pets, for your animals. If you run a farm, your cattle, whatever it is, you figure out what you're going to do with your house and who's going to get what. You've got to have a plan for your animals. Over the past several weeks, I take in a lot of cats for people, for family members, and I'm happy to do that. But I'm full. I'm at peak cat right now, and I am acutely aware of the cost involved with this. And so, for better or worse, things are going to have to change here at Mew Mew House. But I think it's important for me to explain to people that it's not just a simple matter of passing off a pet, a cat, to a family member. That person might not exist, or have a neighbor take over. Not only do you have to identify where the pets are going to go, you do need to provide for their care financially. So ways you can do this, obviously write into your will, so-and-so is going to have my pet. There are rescues and shelters like Lollipop Farm here in the Rochester area where they have legacy programs where you actually have a contract with them where you pay a certain amount of money, and then should something happen to you, they will take your animals and make sure they're provided for. That's a great service, but it costs you money. Somebody's going to be taking care of your animals for you. And it's built in. You have an agreement. I need to do this work for Mew Mew House. I am actually, sadly, going to be changing my policies a little bit about taking in animals. Not that I don't want to, but literally I don't have room, and it's so depressing. But even more depressing than that I don't have room is I can't always afford. I mean, let me fix this. If you are somebody who has an animal living with me, this animal is going to be cared for. All right. Have no fear. It's for other people who are like, oh, I know this person has left their animal with Penny at Mew Mew House. Let me see if I can do the same. It it costs me probably $75 a month per cat that lives here. And that's just, food and litter. And you consider vet expenses, these are older cats. And these are things that you need to consider also as your animals are getting older. That, their care isn't just finding a place for them to be, but there's time and money involved with their care. So please, as you're thinking about your future, even if you are perfectly healthy right now, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with me except for, my back hurts and spasms. And, today I'm really exhausted. I'm feeling the craziness of the past several days. I am definitely not 30 years younger than I am. I mean, when I was a graduate student, let's pull all-nighters. Now I'm just like, I've been awake for 10 hours straight. All I want to do is sleep. So, be realistic. Do your estate planning even if you live alone. If you're a crazy cat lady, have a plan. Find a paralegal or somebody. I will be doing that this week. Because it occurs to me that I just really need to do it. Because here I am, I gotta practice what I preach. I'm not, I can't sit here and tell you to, plan for your animals when I haven't done the same. And I have not only the animals that are here, but the people who have asked me to care for their animals are all counting on me to take care of these animals. And that is what I intend to do. So when you've adopted an animal, your plan is to take care of them for the rest of their life. And should they outlive you, you need to have a plan. So build that into your estate planning. Please do that because you love your animals as much as you love your children, as much as you love yourself, maybe even more than you love your spouse. I don't have a spouse, so I can't really say. You'll have to tell me about that. But don't fool yourself. Magic doesn't happen. If something happens to you, somebody's gonna have to step in and take care of your animals, and you've got to write it down somewhere how you want that managed, be it in a will. If you have a life insurance policy like I do, then you need to have that in your will and allowed for in all of your policies so that when the time comes, your families know exactly what to do. You don't have to worry about it. You can relax a little bit. Um, and everything works out better for you and your animals. That's it feels a little dark, but I think it's important to talk about, especially as we live in this world of this never-ending pandemic, and a lot of people have lost loved ones. A lot of us are already struggling at this time of year because the holidays can be very, very brutal. Um, I am one of the people who struggles at holiday time. I admit it freely. And so please consider the animals. Make sure you've planned what you're going to do. And with that, I guess I don't have a lot more to say today, except for I do have to take one of the cats to the vet today. He is recovering from an injury. My darling, darling JJ tangled with somebody, wound up with this pretty gnarly abscess on his shoulder. And this is, again, you have to plan for the unplanned, the unexpected. I'm grateful that I have a good veterinarian who works with me, takes good care of my animals. If you ever need Mew Mew House to take care of your animals, rest assured that they will get the best care, and I will take care of them. They are my babies once they live here. I will, if something happens to them, I will ugly cry. And and that's what I'm here for. And if it's something you want to do, and I put this out there, if it is something that you want to do, if you're local and you're thinking, "Oh, I would really like to know that my cats can go to Mew Mew House when I pass," as long as Mew Mew House still exists, which um, I'm not planning on going anywhere, but how do we know, right? We don't know what's happening tomorrow. But if you're thinking that what you would like, the ideal scenario for you would be to have your animals come here, your cats come here specifically, then contact me. Go to mewmewhouse.org, click on the, let's talk tab that's going to pop up, and we'll work together and do that together. And just understand that, any animal that comes into this house costs about $75 a month just to keep them healthy. And then you have to add on top of that any need for immediate vetting and anything else. And that's the kind of thing that you need to think about no matter what your situation is, if you have a feeling that your animals might outlive you. So that's my dark yet optimistic cat chat for today. Keep it in mind that this applies to any animals you might have. Mew Mew House works with cats, but if you have dogs, if you have ferrets, if you have rabbits, guinea pigs, if you have birds, parrots live decades, you need to plan for them. So please do that. Have a safe and warm rest of your Wednesday. Wish us luck at the vet. JJ's been very unhappy about not being allowed to escape from the house. I don't let him go out, but he gets out anyway. It's a little jerk. And I haven't let him out for a while, or I haven't made the escape point accessible for a while. So he's going nuts. It's delightful. So have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you in the group or on Facebook on the page or on YouTube. I hope you all are having a good time. Stay warm. See you later. Mwah. Bye-bye.